As all eyes are on the Vatican City on who the next Pope will be, there's a crisis looming. That of Pope Francis' death, potentially dividing the Catholic Church between liberals and conservatives. And amidst rising uncertainty, a leading conservative cardinal has warned of the consequences should the next Pope, elected leader, echo Pope Francis and his values. The Pope must be orthodox, neither a liberal nor a conservative. I am praying that the Holy Spirit will illuminate the cardinals, because a heretic Pope who changes every day depending on what the mass media is saying would be catastrophic, unquote. This is what Cardinal Muller said, listing out the criteria for Pope Francis' successor as someone who balances both sides. In an interview with the UK newspaper The Times, Muller cautioned the cardinals arriving to cast papal vote against the portrayal of the church in mainstream media, which he claims remains far from reality. Cardinal Muller, as you can tell, is not Team Francis. In fact, he can be called the late Pope's adversary, someone who has challenged the latter's agenda and approach time and again. In 2017, he was dropped by Francis after he criticized the Pope's decision to allow communion for divorcees who remarry outside the church. Not just that, in 2023, he also opposed the late Pope's decision to reverse a ban allowing blessings for same-sex couples under certain conditions. But now, with Pope Francis gone, Muller's views will be critical in the decision taken while choosing the next Pope. Just for context here, nearly 80% of the 135 cardinals eligible to vote may have been picked by Francis himself. The signs are pointing to a potential liberal majority, and there's a good reason. Because Pope Francis was quite a path bender in his own right, who challenged the status quo and also introduced several reforms into the church's system. This includes making the College of Cardinals more representative of the global Catholic community by including countries never represented by a cardinal before. The Pope also critiqued economic inequality and renewed focus on migrants' rights and the climate crisis. Not only that, the Pope also sought to give greater roles to women in the Catholic Church by enabling their participation in governance and decision-making. Many say Pope Francis will be remembered for the kind of course correction the Church needed, which did not go down well with the conservatives, quite naturally, who have showed their resistance to his cause. The question is, will the next Pope walk in the footsteps of Pope Francis, or will he be an outlier and endorse the conservative philosophy? Well, that only time will tell. We now turn our attention towards Australia. A Dutch company awarded a contract to supply tugboats for the Australian Royal Navy secretly outsourced its construction to a Chinese shipyard, reportedly without disclosing this to the Australian government. According to Australian broadcast ABC, the first of the 3 tugs rolled out of a shipyard in Changde, which is deep inside China's Hunan province. The vessel, completed in December, has already arrived in Australia's Darwin. And this covert construction unfolded mere months after the Chinese Navy carried out live-fire drills in the Tasman Sea, waters that lie between Australia and New Zealand. That raised alarm in both countries. In a letter sent last year, the Dutch company told the Australian Defence Department that the boats would rely on global supply chains, but it did not mention if any work would take place on Chinese soil. Australia's Defence Department has admitted that the vessels are being built in China and sent to Vietnam for final outfitting, but insists that these tugboats are not Royal Australian Navy ships. They say that civilians will crew them and operate them, distancing them from any official naval designation. But the Australian opposition is not buying this, demanding answers from Australia's defence minister, whether he knew of China's involvement or not, and if so, did he give a green light to it? The Australian defence minister is reportedly yet to respond to this matter, but the question remains, how did Australia hand defence-related construction to a country whose navy is flexing its muscles in its waters? And in a bid to boost America's plummeting birth rate and revive traditional family values, US President Donald Trump has come up with a new idea: a $5,000 baby bonus. The initiative aims to incentivize marriage and childbirth, signaling a major shift towards making family growth a national priority. The issue came to a forefront after economists and social policy experts warned that failing fertility rates can lead to long-term economic risks, and risks that strain of an aging American population with shrinking workforce. These proposals range from offering cash baby bonuses to new mothers to providing special scholarships, benefits for married applicants. And one proposal suggests a one-time $5,000 baby bonus for every new mother, while another recommends reserving 30% prestigious Fulbright scholarships for married applicant or parents. Apart from this, other key proposals include national media of motherhood, a symbolic recognition for women with 6 or more children, and also menstrual cycle education. Well, the Trump administration's push for larger families has drawn both support and criticism, with some seeing this as an opportunity to promote family values, while others say that these ideas prioritize a narrow definition of family, leaving out queer parents and adoptive families. This move by the Trump administration reflects a broader effort to address declining birth rates in the US, while it is unclear how many of these ideas will be formalized into policy.